Students are asking me what kind of documents are required to apply for Chinese government scholarships or other scholarships in China, and how to notarize their documents, how to get physical examination form or report, and how they can prepare the character certificate. Hello everyone, I'm Sajid, and in this video I want to talk about the documents required for Chinese government scholarship or other scholarships in China, because for all the scholarships the requirement of documents are almost same. So I'm going to discuss one by one what kind of documents you have to prepare and how you can prepare these documents. I will tell you in detail, and I will discuss all documents one by one in detail. First of all, because you are applying for scholarships foreigner, like any country, you need your passport, valid passport. You should prepare your passport, and the expiry date should be at least 1 or 2 years, so there will be no problems for you. So first document is your passport, which is compulsory to apply for any scholarship in other countries abroad. And the second document, or which is really important, your certificates and like your degree and your transcript from your last institute. If you are applying for bachelor's, your combined mark sheet or certificate from your like intermediate and matriculation is needed. If you are applying for master's, your bachelor's, intermediate and matriculation, you have to prepare or you have to collect this document from your previous schools. And if you are applying for PhD, your master's and bachelor's, and you also should have the intermediate and your matriculation certificate and transcript. And when you will check in the website, and there is mention in the university website or in CSC website, the documents should be notarized. So I'm going to explain what does notarized means and how you can prepare it. Notarized means you have to attest your document. You have to get attestation on your document. So how you can do it? You just create a copy. Maybe you can make a color copy or black and white. If you will make a colorful copy, it's really good. It will be more like professional work. So make a color copy of your transcripts and certificates, degree, and then go to any educate, or we call it kacheri. You go to the any educate office in your city or in your, definitely where you are living, there will be educators who has offices in the market. You just go there and they will attest your document, they will sign and they will put a stamp on that, like your transcript and mark like your degree or certificate, both documents. This is notarization. Then you take these documents back and scan it. I highly recommend you don't use like mobile photos or this kind of mobile phone scanners. Go to the proper office, like where the photo state shop and this kind of like shops, and tell them to scan your documents. They will scan your document in a like really clear way, so it will be really easy for universities when they watch and when they are going to examine your documents. They will clearly see and it will be easy for them. Sometimes if you will scan your phone, maybe something is not clear, they will just put your application. They don't have time and they don't care. If you are not preparing your documents well, why should they care? So you need to prepare your all documents really well, and it should be clear to see, to read when you are like scanning your documents. And if you have written some like document, maybe your research proposal, maybe later on I will discuss. So it should be really clear for readers when they are reading. So this is the second document, like your transcript or certificates from all previous. You should prepare it and notarize it and scan it and save in your computer or mobile phone. This is your second document. And your third document is like your study plan and research proposal. Study plan is required when you are applying for bachelor's and master's. You have to write a rational and attractive study plan. For some universities, be careful about that. For some universities, in their website the format has been given, so you have to download that format and write your study plan within the format. If there is no any format, you just write whatever you want, but maybe you can search how to write a study plan, and in future my upcoming videos I will tell you how you can write a study plan and a research proposal. And if you are applying for PhD, you need to write a research proposal. Study plan and research proposal are very important documents. First your academic certificates and transcript, and then study plan and research proposal, because when your documents will go to international office, when you will submit your application, they have a formula and they will calculate from your, if you are applying for masters, from your bachelor's grades, and then your study plan, your research proposal, and then they will collect all these documents, and they have some formula to maybe 10% from your metric, 10% from your grades like intermediate, bachelor's, and maybe 10% from your numbers from your study plan and research proposal. So this kind of formula to evaluate your documents. So you have to take it more serious when you are going to write study plan and research proposal. Right now this is the AI era, so you have to, if you are taking help from AI, so train it well, what kind of study plan you need it and what kind of research proposal. Especially if you are going to write research proposal, I highly recommend write it by yourself, because you don't need a general research proposal. It's not going to work for you. You have to be specified. For example, if you have any acceptance letter, you have to be specified to the professor's research profile and write a specific. Be more specific. Don't write a general research proposal and submit your application. They are going to throw your research proposal and your application. Don't do like that. Be more specific. Read research professor's profile. If you don't have acceptance letter, it's also okay. So select a really attractive topic for your research. Maybe you can read what kind of work is going on in China, in all over the world, in your major. Then decide that kind of topic and write research proposal by your own. And this research proposal and study plan, later on when they will invite you for interview, there they will ask questions to you. First of all, in the initial evaluation of documents, they will evaluate your research proposal and study plan, and then next in the interview all the questions sorry, in the interview all the questions will be related to your study plan and research proposal. So be careful. In my upcoming videos I will discuss in more detail individually, study plan, how you can write study plan and how you can write a research proposal. But if you are writing by yourself, it's my suggestion, be specific and write it by yourself. And the next document is recommendation letter. 2 recommendation letters are needed when you are applying for masters and PhD. How you can get this recommendation letter? Just go to your previous from where you have done your bachelor's or masters, and convince your professors you are going to apply for foreigner universities, so you need a recommendation letter. You have to type online. You can find a large number of formats, and there are recommendation letters available. You have to type it and write that professor's name on the top, and then go to them and give the document to them, and they will read it, and then they will signature and maybe stamp on that document. And your recommendation letters are ready. Just scan it and save in your computer. And this recommendation letter must be written in English. Take care of that. Your all documents should be in English. If they are in any other language, you have to translate these documents. And if you are using any document which you have translated, it should be also notarized. Be careful about that. And the next document is like language proficiency certificate. If you are applying for Chinese taught program in China for bachelor's, at least HSK 3 is required. What is HSK 3? What is HSK 4? These are the like Chinese language levels. So for bachelor's, HSK 3 at least, and for master's, HSK 4 is required. And if you are applying for PhD in Chinese taught, remember, if your like major is in Chinese taught in any university and you are going to apply for that program, HSK for PhD, HSK 5 is required. For masters, HSK 4. For bachelor's, at least HSK 3. Be careful. And if you are applying for English taught programs, almost most of the universities like English proficiency letter from your last institute. It works. You have to go to your like last institute, your department, and you can ask them. They will provide you English proficiency letter, or you can type by yourself some like English proficiency letter online. There are a large number of these kind of letters are available, and go to them and give to the office. They will stamp it, and this is your English proficiency letter. If you have IELTS or any other English test, it's really well and good, and it's positive point for your application. Your application will be more stronger. And some like top class universities like Tsinghua or other universities, recently they are asking for IELTS and this kind of, but these universities are very few. So check it by yourself for what kind of universities you are going to apply. If you are applying for top universities, must check their details in the website. Maybe they are asking for IELTS or any other English test. But for CSC Scholarship or other scholarships like ANSU Scholarship in China or Presidential Scholarship in China, English proficiency letter from your last institute, it works. It means like when you have done from your bachelor's from the last university, it was like in English taught. It simply mean that. And if you have done from your master's from any university, there were the teaching language were English, so you need that kind of documents. So your document is ready. And the next document is foreigner physical examination form. It like it proves you are physically healthy, physically and mentally you are a healthy person. And for China, for especially for CSC Scholarship, there is an official format for this like document. I will add the link in the description. You just download that form and you have to fill your information and then go to hospital or any doctor. They will test you and they will write all the information there. Everything is if everything is positive, they will say all is well, and then they will stamp, and there must be stamp and signature of the doctor. This your document is ready, you can scan it. This is your foreigner physical examination form. And the next document is non-criminal record certificate. So for different countries, maybe this procedure could be varied, but this document you can get from your like nearest police station where your home lies. You can go to the nearest police station and you can ask them you are going to apply for abroad for scholarships, you need non-criminal record certificate. If there is no problem, like there is no cases or this such kind of things in your like you have done nothing wrong, they will provide this non-criminal record certificate to you and your document is ready. for some universities, CV or like resume it is needed. So you must have academic CV. You have to design your academic CV and you have to upload there. And when you are applying for, like when you are submitting your like application in CSC official portal, there is one option, additional documents. There you can submit, maybe you have acceptance letter, you can submit there. For some universities there is like specific place, upload the acceptance letter, there you can submit. But one more and more clear, acceptance letter is not a mandatory document. Without acceptance letter you can submit your application. But especially for PhD students, if you have acceptance letter, it is really positive point for your application. For masters you can submit your application without acceptance, because right now in China, when you will submit your application, there will be interview after this for CSC scholarship, for ANSU scholarship. So that interview is most important. So if you don't have acceptance letter, don't be like worried, or no need to be like too tense. You just submit your application without acceptance. You can, but I highly recommend you, right now you have time, try to get acceptance letter and try to submit your application with acceptance letter. And then in the other documents you have, maybe you have some employee certificate, you have some publication papers, and you have some other if you want, maybe you have some financial guarantees. If you want, you can submit, but there is no financial bank statements or this kind of documents needed for CSC scholarship, so don't worry about that. So these are the basic documents which are needed for you to submit your application for Chinese government scholarship and almost other scholarships in China. And I highly recommend these all documents should be in PDF or JPG, but PDF is highly recommended, and the file size should be, every file size should be less than 2 MB. When you are going to scan your documents in any shop like photostat or scanner, you tell them like it should be less than 2 MB in size. And then this is one more, like if the scan copies, I'm going to tell you again, if colorful, it looks more professional. And again, all documents should be in English. If there is any document which is any other language, you have to use, like you have to translate it in English and notarize these documents. And once you will like submit your application and there will be interview, you will pass the interview, then the university will give you admission letter. That admission letter you have to again go to log in your CSC portal and you have to upload that admission letter there. Your application is, everything is done, then you have to wait for the results. So these are this video, like, so this is all about the documents required for CSC scholarship or ANSU or any other scholarships in China. Almost the procedure is same. That there is no any document which you feel like I cannot get this document or I cannot prepare this document. All documents are really simple. No IELTS is required, and most of the universities, almost 90% universities, there is no application fee. You can submit your application free of cost. So right now you have time. You have to try to get acceptance letter, communicate with professors, and then go for submission your application. Still you have time. You have, like, CSC scholarship is going to be open in December, so you have to time, prepare your all documents. If you don't have passport, prepare passport and other. If you don't have your academic documents, your transcript and certificates, go to your previous institute, collect this all information. And like foreigner physical examination form, I'm going to provide you, download it. And character certificate, you have to like prepare from your nearest police station. Study plan and research proposal, you have like more than 3 or 4 months. You have to prepare this document, and be careful about that when you are writing study plan and research proposal. 2 recommendation letters you can easily get from your last professors. You just go them and request them. You are going to apply for like foreign scholarships, they will provide you. And language certificates, be careful if you are applying for Chinese taught programs, you need HSK, Chinese taught programs. And physical examination form, again I'm telling you, non-criminal record, CV, your resume, and then other like optional documents. If you have some certificates and if you have some employment proofs, you can upload these all documents while submitting your application. So again, there is no any document which you cannot get it easily, and you have time right now. I already record a video about the timeline of CSC. Maybe you can go that video when you can start your like sending emails for acceptance letter, and when the application will be started, and when results will come out. You can check out that video. If you still have any problem while like collecting your documents, just go to the comment section and write there. I will must respond you. And if you are looking for that kind of content, you are going to apply for like foreign scholarships, and if you are looking for and interested for like life in China, I'm posting this kind of content through my channel. So subscribe my channel and stay connected. Until next video, stay safe and stay happy. Bye bye. Allah Hafiz.